Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. And today I thought we would go over my whips, my stashquisitions. I love that word. I have a couple of finishes and what I accomplished in July as opposed to what I wanted to accomplish in July, and my goals for August. Oh, happy birthday to Harry Potter and all the Potterheads. I love Harry Potter. I'm currently reading the first book in the series. I've seen the movies. I've listened to most of the audiobooks up until I listened to the Half-Blood Prince. And then I haven't done the last two. I did not order The Cursed Child for two reasons. One, I just started reading the first book, so there's no rush for me to get it. And two, it's not a book. I mean, it's a book, but it's a play written in play form. It's a story written in play form. And I don't know. That doesn't impress me. I'm hoping for feedback from other people to see if it really reads smoothly. Because, I mean, I don't want to be reading something and then it says, exit stage left. I don't want that. So there was a review this morning, believe it or not. It was a 10 years old speed reader who read it in 59 minutes. He gave it a 6 out of 10, and he didn't give away any of the spoilers or anything like that. But he said that after a while you got used to how it was set up, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to wait on that. But my intention is to read them all. I am enjoying the books immensely. There's so much more meat on the bone, so to speak, in the books as opposed to the movie. I love the movies. I'm watching Goblet of Fire tonight. I've been watching one every week for the last few weeks. So I have definitely been getting into Harry Potter. So let's start with a couple of my finishes. This is going to be an ornament. I believe it's Little House Needleworks, and I'm just going to make it into a little pillow ornament. I forgot I had done it. I had it in a pile of stuff because I was thinking, I was disappointed because I haven't really stitched much this year, and I really didn't have anything to show for it. And then I saw this and I thought, oh, I did do something. I have actually done something. So I did that in early of the year. And then I finished my Super Mario ornament for my son. All I'm going to do, I think, is write his name, which is Corey, and then I might put the year 2016, and I'm going to turn it into an ornament. I haven't decided what kind of ornament, and this is the fabric that I'm going to use for the back. I think that'll be cute. I love polka dots. I'm not sure why. That came a few years ago when I suddenly decided I liked polka dots and black and white stripes. And I'm going to use this floss for the back stitching, which is the same red that's in the piece itself. So I think that came out pretty cute. I give my son and my mom ornaments every Christmas, and I try to get something that's unique for them, that means something to them. And I've told my son he can take the ornaments that I've given him over the years when he moves out, but he can't take the ornaments that he made for me when he was a child, because those are my favorite ones. So anyway, this year is the first year that I've made ornaments for them. And my mom is a huge New England Patriots fan. So I did find a pattern on Etsy that I think I will. It's just the Patriots. They call it the Flying Elvis, if you're familiar with it. It's the logo for the Patriots, and I think I will stitch that up and turn that into an ornament for her. So that'll be nice. So I'm happy with that. So those are my two finishes. They're not fully finished, or in my case, finally finished. Hopefully they will be soon. The next piece that I worked on was the Home of the Month from Stony Creek. This is July, and if you watched my previous video, I don't love it. August is cute, I'm going to probably like 11 out of the 12, and this will be the one I don't like the most, and this is the first one that I started with, because that's just how it goes. So this is on a 28 count even weave. I want to say Lugana. And this is how far I have gotten. I had the whole right side of the house done, which would be this side, only to find out it was wrong. So I had to pick it out, all of it, and the 2 bottom rows, well, there's 2 rows there that still have to come out because they're over 1 too far. So that's pretty annoying. And then on the bottom, underneath the canopy, I guess that's a canopy, underneath the canopy, that's wrong too. So I don't know what was going on with me for that. So I need to pick that out. I didn't work on this at all this past week because I was working on Needleworker because I wanted to reach my goal, which was to have half of it finished for the month. And this one, I think we've all seen the pattern. It's from Little House Needleworks, and it says Needleworker. This is how far I've gotten on this one. This is 18 count fiddler's cloth, which I really like. It's soft, it's pliable. There's my needle minder. But yeah, this, I swear to God, I do not know what my problem is. This here, see how a W has 2 points? Yeah. Do you see these berries and how they line up with this one? Well, that's wrong. It's supposed to line up with this one. Therefore, this needs to shift over, meaning it's wrong. So when I started to do this leaf, the spacing was off, and I couldn't figure out why, because everything looked fine to me until I actually looked at the pattern, and I thought, oh crap, I started it at the wrong point of the W, so otherwise it's fine. Well, no, that's not true. That's a lie. This bottom border, it just goes up and down. It's pretty basic border. Well, I was looking at where it lined up with like the K, whether it was up or down. You know how you count, or you just check your placement every so often just to make sure you're lining up correctly. Well, it was up when it should have been down or whatever, so it's off. Now, I know that the border is correct because it's just, like I said, up, down, up, down. Can't screw that up. And I suppose you can, but that would be really hard. So that means there's some mess up over here. But you can't tell, and I'm not going to go looking because I'm not fixing it. Not fixing it. Just annoyed. You know, there's projects where you make a mistake and you realize it in time. It's important to the design. It has to be right, so you have to fix it. Then there are mistakes when you don't find it early enough. It doesn't really change the design, and then it's a judgment call of whether or not you want to fix it. There's both of those mistakes in that piece. One of them has to get fixed. The other one, no, I'm not fixing it. Not even looking for it. I'm annoyed that it's there, but what can you do? So there's that. Really ticked off. I'm still pissed over that. The other work in progress is my Hobbit menu. This is for the boyfriend. He is off having a crafty day with his friends. They're building their costumes for their event in November. So they're building, he's working on an orc costume, and I think a dark elf, and I think he's got 3 costumes, but he's working on his orc today. So he's off with his friends. So I decided I was going to do a stitchy day. And so far I've stitched for 2 hours. I kind of did what Pam Reed has been doing with her Fit Bit and Stitch. I stitched for an hour, and then I worked on my to-dos and my chores and just kept busy for an hour. Then I stitched for an hour and did the same, did the same thing. So it actually worked out pretty well. So anyway, I was quite pleased with the progress that I have made on my Hobbit menu. This is coming along nice. This is on 28 count Brittany in bronzed, I believe. I got it off of Etsy from a seller, and I can't show you the pattern because I don't have a picture, it's just the pattern. But anyway, I think it's coming along pretty well. I just have to finish the other side of this. I've got a little bit more to do here. Finish that. Underneath afternoon tea is dinner, supper, and then that same border that you see here is down here, mirrored. Now the problem I'm running into is dinner, the way that it is charted. I hate the chart, by the way. I just hate it. You'd think it would be simple because it's just words, but the way that they did it, it's just like big blobs of black. I have to count around it to see, because it's just like a streak of black. So I can't count that unless I count around it. I'm not sure if that's explaining it correctly, but I hate the chart. And I'm doing it on a 28 count, which I'm not used to. So I'm counting over too. And I'm getting better. You know, I need to practice because I want to be able to stitch on smaller counts. And it's coming along, but I've had, quite a few ripping out and redoing it, and, but I guess that's how you learn. So I am working on that, and hoping to get this finished by the end of August, because I want to bring it to get it framed. I want it as a Christmas gift for my boyfriend, and I know that he will love it. So I want to give myself plenty of time to have it done and have it given back to me, because you never know how long things are going to take. So those are the current projects that I work on. The Hobbit menu I work on on the weekends. The other two I work on during the week. And this particular pattern is a freebie from Glory Bee. I'm not going to show the pattern, even though it's a freebie. I'm not really clear on what you can show, what you can't show. I don't know. But anyway, this one I work on for 15 minutes in the morning before work, before I put my contact lenses in, and then I can't see anything. So it's going to be a flag, and then underneath it says 1776. It's as far as I know, it's still a free pattern. So if it is, I will put the link in the description box if anyone is interested. It's a simple stitch. The stripes and the flag are a double, what is it? It's a double cross oblong, double tied oblong cross. So without, like I said, I don't know if I want to show you the pattern, but so it's 3 stitches high, and then it's tied across the middle. So I thought, you could do it the traditional way if you want to, but I thought, well, I'm going to do it the other way, and that'll be different. So I'm going to be working on the stripes this week, and then once that's done, then it's just 2 stars and a 1776 in the middle, and that will be done. So I'm enjoying my morning projects. It feels like even though it's just a short period of time, you can still get things done. You can still accomplish things and make progress on something, and I enjoy that. And there are 2 stitches in this that I am just annoyed with. Anyway, there's that. Then, my last whip is Green Goddess, which, if you have not seen, I am madly in love with. This pattern, Joan Elliott, love it. I only worked a little bit on her, just a tiny bit here and there. I finished this line, and then I started on this down here. So I got barely, you know, a tiny, tiny bit done. I wanted to finish moving the border down, which is, this is Krennic, but I had to get a needle threader. I can't get Krennic through the needle. It's just too wily. I don't know. So I had to get a needle threader for that. But I love it. I mean, it's so beautiful. When you're working on it close up, you don't see it. But then when you see it from a distance and you see all the colors coming together and the shapes, and it's just so pretty. I just love it. Just love it. Love it. Okay, so those are my works in progress. My stashquisitions. I love that word. I like that word much better than haul. Something about the word haul makes me think of hoarding. Not sure why. But it does. My first thing that I have, I bought myself a notebook. I love hardcover notebooks, and I like spiral notebooks, but I'm pretty picky when it comes to the kind of spiral. So this is a hardcover. I put some stickers on that I had just to jazz it up. But I got this at Target. I think it was like $3. And I had picked it up, and I thought, again with the polka dots, I thought, I don't need a notebook. I love stationery. I love paper, stationery, all kinds of things like that. Planning is my other hobby. My planner that I decorate is another hobby of mine. So I thought, well, I don't need the notebook because I've got a gajillion notebooks, but I want it. So what could I use it for? My cross stitch. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to find a small design that I could stitch and then put on the front of it. So I thought, just something small, and maybe I'll make like a flat fold and then glue it to the front, just to jazz it up. So I got that. Floss tube, itchy nose. I bought a needle minder from Delicious Threads. Platform 9 3/4. This isn't bad. I got a lot of glare today. I'm not sure why. Platform 9 3/4. I love it so much. I'm using it on my Hobbit menu because it's the closest thing I have to Harry Potter. So I absolutely love that. So I got that. And then I got, my boyfriend and I go away in February for my birthday / Christmas present. My birthday's in September, but I told him a few years ago, he took me away as a surprise, and I said, from here on out, you don't have to buy me anything. I'd rather go away. So we go away in February after the holidays, and when our schedules permit. It usually ends up being in February around Valentine's, but there is a bed and breakfast in Kennebunkport up in Maine called the Captain Jeffords Inn. And this is the trip where my boyfriend is one of those people who loves to plan things. He's a detail-oriented person, so I don't do anything. He takes care of all of it. He plans what we're going to do. Last year we went he bought me ice skates. We went to the ice skating rink, which they put in the town. There's a little open-aired ice skating rink, so we did that. And the year before, he took me on a sleigh ride with horses drawing the sleigh. And, yeah, he's just amazing. And he's been trying to find me an LNS while he's up there. The first one he took me to was no longer, wasn't anything. By the time we got to it, it had already closed, and you would never know that there was one. So that was disappointing. Well, last year he found me one in downtown Kennebunkport, actually. And the sad part was I hadn't stitched in so long that I lost my stitchy bug. And he left me in there to go get a coffee and, give me some time to look around and stuff. And it was a lot of primitive things, which is not my style. But I can appreciate it anyway. There was a lot of material. I did buy some wool to finish my little House Needleworks Sheep Virtues, and I have not done that. But I have the fabric for it. It's on my list of things to do. But anyway, so they had a lot of specialty threads. I mean, looking back now, I'm kicking myself because I wasn't paying attention. A lot of punch needle, which is interesting to me as well. I mean, I just love crafts, and I want to do everything. There's just not enough time. So anyway, I spotted this. It's a needle book, and he bought this for me. And I put some needles in there. And what is going on here? Okay, just a needle book. So that I got in February, but that counts. So I got that. And then I was thinking I want some counting pins. I need a pin cushion and I want some counting pins, and I was looking on Etsy and I was deciding what I wanted and blah blah blah. And then I was walking and this was on the floor. And I thought, you already have a pin cushion and you've already got counting pins. What are you doing? This is, I love bumblebees, beehives, so this light is in the way. But you can see the little bee. I think it's a bee, or is that a butterfly? That's a butterfly. That's a butterfly. But it's got all the pins in it, and the bumblebee ribbon, and it's adorable. So I have all the stuff that I need and didn't even realize that I had it. So I've been using that. And then when I bought the fabric for America, I also bought another piece of fabric. And the fabric that I stitched America on is a 16 count lamb's wool Aida. That's this one. A 16 count lamb's wool Aida. I bought 2 pieces of fabric and I bought all the specialty threads because both projects required specialty threads. And normally I usually do the DMC conversion, but I had a $50 gift card for a Visa gift card, which I absolutely cannot stand. I've had so much trouble with those in the past where I think they made it illegal for them to have service fees every month because I am notoriously slow at using gift cards. Horrible. I got this one at Christmas time and I just used it. So there's an example. But before, if I didn't use it right away, every month they would take out like $4.95. So I'd had several in the past where I ended up losing them because they just chewed up with service fees. I think they stopped that. I'm pretty sure that they did. But anyway, I needed to spend $50. So I went on 1-2-3 Stitch. I got that fabric and the specialty threads, which I can't really show you because I made such a mess out of them. I can show you this one because I haven't touched it yet. One of the other freebie patterns that I found is, I forget who it's from. Meow Spoken Here, I believe is what it's called. And that's going to be, Meow Spoken Here, a complimentary design from Stitchy Kitty. And if that is still on the website, I will put a link down below. It looks to be cute, looks to be simple, which is what my morning projects need to be. but it called for crescent colors. So I treated myself to specialty threads, and I also bought a piece of fabric to stitch it on, and I think it will look nicely. And this is a 14 count Mirage Ada. It's kind of, it's like purple. It's not showing up as purple really, but it's like a grayish purple. So that should be good for that particular piece. And the colors that I got, I'll go through quickly. This is a pretty one. Blooming Crocus, which is a pretty purple. Classic Colorworks Spinach. Toasted Marshmallow. I love the specialty threads. I don't know. Everything is just really bad today. My lighting is just horrible. I apologize. Just Rust. Black Coffee. Blue Beatrice. That one's pretty as well. Jelly Roll. That's a nice one too. And Bramble Bush. Actually, there's one more, but I had to get a DMC conversion because they didn't have any color that it originally called for pink champagne, but they didn't have it. So I had to get the DMC color, which is, I love pink. So that project will be probably after the flag and after my mom's ornament, because I need to make sure I get that done. Now, new month, new start. So I've decided that I'm going to start something tomorrow. Well, if you watched my last video, you know that I had a horrible time with Country Cottage Needleworks ABC Sampler. So I'm hoping that third time is the charm, because now it's just a vendetta, or I'm on a mission. I'm not really sure. But I've started this twice before and scrapped it both times. This is the picture of what it should be. And I ordered a piece of fabric off of eBay. And then, awesome. I don't know where the list is with the colors. It's got to be somewhere, but it's not here. I ordered fabric off of eBay. And then the fabric came in, and then I couldn't remember why I ordered it and what it was for. That's always fun. So it is a 18 count linen lamb's wool. I'm not sure. Feels weird. I mean, it's not super stiff, but it's kind of porous. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But God help me. If this doesn't work this time, I am setting fire to this pattern. So I gotta re-kit it up, because I took everything and shoved it in some bags because I was just so disgusted with it. So that's that for my works in progress. My finishes, my goals for July. Let's see how close I came to those. Finish stitching Mario. I did that. Finish half of Needleworker. Technically, I would have finished had I not messed up the cranberries and put it in a timeout on Thursday and didn't even look at it on Friday. So that one is I'm giving myself an incomplete on that. It wasn't a failure, it was just an incomplete. Finish half of Hobbit menu, more than finished that, and start July home of the month, which I started. So, I'm happy with that. For my goals for August, I want to finish America, start on my mother's ornament, start my August start, which would be ABC Sampler, finish Hobbit menu. I shouldn't have any problems. I've got maybe 3 weeks tops on that. Finish that and continue working on July home. And that's about it. Once the Hobbit menu is finished, one of my projects will become my weekend project, and I'm not sure. I might do, I don't know. I don't really know. Right now, I've been doing like an hour a day on one of my weekday projects. I might continue with that. I don't know. I have to think about it. But that's about where I'm at. So I'm pleased that I got some stuff done this month, and I've been watching the Floss Tube videos and enjoying everybody's videos, and I have no idea what that is on my face. What the heck's going on there? But, oh well. I don't think I have a pimple. I don't usually get them. But that's where I'm at for this month, and hopefully I will stitch more this coming month. And summer will be over by the time I'll probably make a video in a couple of weeks just to update my progress. I thought every couple of weeks would be, then I would have something to show. I don't want to not show anything. Oh, I did order some fabric from Picture This Plus sale. I got 3 pieces. I forget the names, but I want to next year. There are 2 firsts for me. I want to start a Mirabilia, and I ordered some fabric for Winter Queen, which I've decided might be too big of an undertaking for me as my first one. So I'm going to do Buttercup, the Buttercup Pixie instead. I really like that one. There's quite a few actually of the Pixies with the flower names that I really like, but I'm going to start with Buttercup, and I got a pretty fabric, I think, that will look really good with that. And then I just ordered like a antique white with like an opalescent kind of thing. I've never ordered fabric from them before, and I've never ordered during this big sale, and I've heard that it takes a really long time to get your fabric in. I'm not in a hurry, like I said. I'm going to start next year, so I want to kit it up now. And the first that I'm going to do is a Heaven and Earth. It's a mini, but it's full coverage, and I've never done one of those. So that one, we can discuss that closer to the time next year, but for now, that's on my mind, and I've already started thinking about what I'm going to do. So I hope everyone has a fantastic next couple of weeks. Hopefully I will see you mid-August, probably around the 13th or so. And I will continue on working, and I do post on Instagram quite a bit as far as my progress goes, and I will try to put my Instagram name in the description box and any other relevant links that I think you may need. So I want to thank everyone who watches my videos. I really, really love being part of the FlossTube community. I was telling my boyfriend, he's having his stitchy day with his buddies, and I'm just so jealous because I don't have anybody in my area that stitches. Not one person have I ever met in real life that cross stitches. And maybe they have and they just don't mention it. But we don't have any LNSs around here. I've looked them up. There might be a couple down the Cape, but I'm not really close to the Cape. And, it's disappointing to me. I would love to have a day where I could just sit and stitch and chat with other women or men who stitch and have that kind of day, but I don't have that. So being able to connect with everyone on FlossTube has been it's been awesome. I mean, you know, you get to know people and they let you into little glimpses of their lives and you learn about them and what's going on. And I love hearing what everyone's doing and up to date, keeping everyone up to date what's going on, and you become friends. And I just am really happy that I'm able to be a part of it. So thank you, everyone, for being fantastic, and keep making your videos. And I love the long videos. I love, love, love long videos. So I hope everyone has a great rest of the weekend, and I guess that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.